Sisters and brothers of our Lord Jesus Christ, where does our help come from? Our help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth, and from Jesus Christ, who is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Friends, what's your favorite psalm? There's 150 to choose from. It's hard to go wrong. Psalm 1 gives us wisdom in our walk with the Lord. Psalm 13 is a lament when God is silent. Psalm 23 provides great comfort when we walk through even the darkest of valleys. And Psalm 150 is there when our hearts are bursting, overflowing with praise. I don't think there's a wrong answer to the question, what's your favorite psalm? And yet, the New Testament writers, I think, had a favorite psalm. At least there was one psalm that they turned to more often than any other psalm. This particular psalm they quote directly from 7 different times, and they allude to it another 15 times. You could say that it is the favorite psalm of the New Testament church, and that psalm is Psalm 110. Now, why? What makes this psalm special? One reason could be that it is a perfectly balanced psalm. It comes in 2 sections, and each section has the exact same number of syllables in Hebrew. Section 1, which is verses 1 through 3 in our English translations, God says that the Messiah will be king. And in the second section, verses 4 through 7 in our English translations, God says the Messiah will also be a priest. And each section is perfectly balanced. But it takes more than a literary brilliance to make a psalm the favorite. What else could be going on? Well, another reason that it moves up into the favorite position is that this psalm describes the work of the Messiah. And basically, the work of the Messiah, who is both king and priest, is to establish balance in God's kingdom. The king, for example, establishes balance, shalom, through bringing about peace and justice in society. The priest establishes balance, shalom, by bringing about reconciliation between God's people, the church, and God. And so you have this Messiah who is both king and priest, establishing vertical balance as well as horizontal balance in this world. It kind of makes sense why it might be considered the favorite, especially knowing what we know about that early church that was being torn apart from within because of strife between Jews and Gentiles. And we also know that in society as a whole, they were under pressure from persecution from Roman antagonists. But I think there's one more reason why this psalm makes it to the level of favorite for that New Testament church, and it's found in verse 7, which is at the very end of the psalm, and it says this about the Messiah, who is both king and priest. This Messiah, he will drink from a brook along the way, and so he will lift his head high. The Messiah in Psalm 110 stoops down, scooping up water to quench the thirst of his mortal body. And then, renewed and strengthened, he fixes his eyes on the mission before him: crucifixion, resurrection, and new creation. I think the New Testament church recognized in this picture of the Messiah humility and mission, the work of Jesus Christ, who let go of the glory of heaven, came down to this earth in order to give sight to the blind, liberation for the oppressed, and to reconcile the church to God. So is it any wonder that Psalm 110 is a favorite psalm for churches that are experiencing tension within and oppression from without? And now may the peace of Christ go with you wherever you may be. May he fill you with thanksgiving, the wonders he has shown you. May he guide you through the wilderness, protect you in the storm, and may he bring us all home rejoicing face to face again once more. Go in peace.